Hey, this is Bob Cigar Guy, Travelers Rest, South Carolina, and I am telling you that I treated a cigar unfairly, like an outcast. Right now, I'll tell you something. This I've changed my setup a whole lot again, so my camera's way up high and this and that. So, any comments on what I need to work on, please let me know. But we're talking new things, and at PCA, a bunch of people were walking around with these big Outcast bags. I saw them, and I'm like, "Oh, that's a Gitch cigar." I did, and then a week after we got home, we got a message, or we got a thing. Hey, can we send you some cigars? And they didn't say who they were, and I said, "Sure, send me some cigars." And it was this Outcast bag, and in the bag came two cigars, nice branding. I mean, their packaging is on point, right? Let's see. And then they got a lighter that was pre-filled. So I think that was one that was already ready for PCA. We got three of the Outcast stickers. I mean, you put slaps everywhere. And then the Mardi Gras beads, the Outcast bead, and then you had a piece of paper. And that paper gives all sorts of cool information about the company and everything else, and how to be part of their socials and get tagged and stuff, and tag people and stuff and all that stuff. And I looked at it and I saw it, and I said, "I'll review it. I'll get around to it." I said, but I was not that impressed with it. I thought it was just gonna be a Gitch cigar. I mean, it's got a great logo, right? The logo's banging. That logo's banging. I'm down with that. Hang on, Bob. There's a bigger logo on the bag. Why don't we try that right there? That logo's banging, right? And the story, the graphic, the this and that, it really feels outcasty. I'm down with it. But I'm like, all right, this is a Gitch cigar, right? It's a young company, new company. Well, I don't know if they're young or new or whatever, but they're a company that I don't have any real experience with. And so, me being the know all of everything cigar, God, I hate those guys. Don't you hate those guys? I'm like, oh, I must pass judgment that this is not a good cigar. This cigar is an outcast. How dare you? Right? I'm a jerk. I'm a jerk. I'll say it. I'm a jerk. I'm an idiot too. And so I was shooting tons of reviews. I've been shooting reviews from PCA left, right, and center. Even when Chief was doing all the PCA content brought to you by Duro State, of all the 30 or whatever interviews we did while we were in New Orleans, I was shooting videos, editing them, and posting them on the backside of whenever Chief was done with all of his content. Then I would just jump on, and we've been doing this for a month now. I have put out a video every day for a month, and I still have a bunch to do. And so I hate editing. I do. I hate editing. I don't like it at all. It takes way too long, and I had to look at myself and listen to myself, and I don't see how y'all can stand it, to be honest. And so when I'm sitting here to make life better, I grab a cigar. Now, mm, I grab I grab whatever I got laying around. Um, all my PCA samples and stuff I didn't have laying around because they're kind of in drawers back there to go through. So when I know when those drawers are empty, then I'm done. Right. But I've got lots of cigars all over the place. Right. And my little Travadors, my humidors, my this and that. And that bag was there. And I'm editing. And I just was like, I want a cigar to smoke while I'm editing. This thing does not want to light. And so I grabbed a cigar, looked at the stuff. I said, yeah, it's cool. It's this and that. There's a good market for it. I did a market analysis in my head of, well, this would be good for a new smoker. This would be good for somebody who is on the fringe, didn't even know what the price point was, but I had put a price point in my head on what it was. And I said, it's probably a decent cigar. I made the Outcast an Outcast. I was wrong. As soon as I put the cigar in my mouth, there's a sweetness to it. There's a middle of the road flavor, not middle of the road as in bad, but middle of the road as in it's not real heavy like a Maduro, but it's not real light like a Connecticut shade. It just gives you that in between, which gives you that beefiness, that meatiness that you're looking for, but not so overwhelming that you just feel like you need to take a nap when you're dead. So the Outcast has a wrapper. The Brazilian Cuba binder is Ecuadorian Sumatra, and the filler is Dominican Republic. I want to say it has a sweetened cap or a semi-sweetened cap, but it's a ghosty kind of thing because I get sweetness on my lips, and maybe it's the tobacco. I don't believe it's the tobacco. I just feel like it's got a little bit of added oomph, but whatever they put in the pudding, whatever the mix is, I like it. I really do. And let's face it, I'm a non-traditional guy when it comes to branding and all this stuff. I don't need the old fancy Spanish or Cuban looking stuff. I like the rugged names. I like the cool aggressive edges. I do. And so I was wrong. So luckily, because I had planned on reviewing it, just it was to get around to. After I'd smoked it, I'm like, I got to review this, but I'm like, I got to get all these other things out. And so it just kind of got buried over here in my mountain of stuff. I'm being honest. And so Chief, before he left for his 4th of July trip, he takes with the family every year. He takes a week off. He said, "Oh, by the way, I had a company reach out to me, and they sent us a couple cigars, and they asked if you would review." I said, "Sure." And they asked if I would review them, and Chief said, "Yeah, sure, he will." And so he goes, "It's on my desk." And so I looked at the box, and it's Outcast cigars. I'm like, "I'll be doggone. All right, let me knock this thing out." So this was not an expected review for right now. That's why it's coming on late in the evening. Most of my PCA post coverage is going out around noon. This is going to go around 6:15. Now, if you're not watching it right then and there, then it doesn't matter Tanker's butt to you. But it's good. It's good. I still don't know the price point on it. I don't, but it's solid. It is. It has good flavor to it. I could see this as a working in the shop stick. I could also see this as a bonfire tailgate hanging out stick. I could also see this as a just hang with your friends at a lounge stick. I like the branding. I like the logo. I like the whole vibe. I like, I'm not going to read through their paperwork. You can go check them out, and their story is pretty cool, right? It really is on. It's on story. It's on message. I guess that's the proper lingo. It's on message. But you know what? If I had, I'll be honest. If I had a box season humidor in the shop, I would be putting a ton of them in my little one right next to here where I grab one when I'm editing or when I'm doing stuff and or my last night stick because it really leaves your mouth tasting good. It does. And the puffs between or the flavor between puffs, that finish time, really, really nice. And I got to tell you, I got to tell you, I think it's got a sweetened cap. It doesn't say it. So if it doesn't say it, I don't like talking about it because I don't know if that's true or not. But I will tell you this: it's worth taking a shot to get you some, right? I don't know how old the company. I don't know much about it. I just know that this cigar is good. And you know what? At the end of the day, you put that cigar in your mouth. Honestly, it doesn't really matter who blended it. It doesn't really matter what factory it came from. It doesn't really matter what the cigar binder filler wrapper is. It doesn't even matter what the flavor notes are. What matters is, did you enjoy it? And when you were done, did you feel like you got your money's worth? Do you feel like your time was well spent? To be honest, me, it's time well spent. So that should be your rubric. I mean, that's the stupidest thing a cigar reviewer personality should say because we are supposed to depend upon you needing us. You don't need us at all. None of us. Because I'm not smoking your cigar for you. You are. I'm not experiencing that which goes into you through cigar smoke. You are. So if you want to be traditional, be traditional. But if you want to be an outcast, might I suggest cigar for you? And if you want to be traditional and not let anybody know, be an outcast, get you some of that too. I'll see you later. I'll talk too much. I love you. I really do. Later, Tater.